haven't. But this isn't actually a travel guide speech or anything. I'm just going to tell you about something that happened while I was there. I ended up in a place called Interlaken, Switzerland, which is the extreme sports capital of the world. Now, an extreme sport, if you're not familiar, is something that you will probably get to do while you're in Boy Scouts. For example, who went climbing today? Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people did, or maybe yesterday. We have a lot of opportunities like that in Boy Scouts, like the climbing tower and the high ropes course and stuff like that. Well, I was in the extreme sports capital of the world, and I did one called canyoning. Canyoning is basically jumping off of waterfalls, rappelling down the sides of cliffs, rappelling through waterfalls, pretty much following a river through the canyons from the top of the mountain down to the bottom. It's pretty fun, it's pretty extreme, and it's definitely really scary. And so I did that, and we had a guide for this trek I went on. Everybody wore helmets and life jackets and big suits, and everybody got nicknames based on what your helmet said. Mine was Titanic. But I had I was kind of worried I might have jinxed myself with that one, but it was okay. But the leader for the trek, he was this really, really intense, crazy guy who, well, he'd be like, all right, you see this waterfall here? We are going to jump off of it. Don't do anything crazy. We are 60 feet up. And then he would do a triple backflip off of the waterfall. And the other guy would be like, don't do that, just jump off of it. Be like, I wasn't going to do that. But so yeah, we did this really, like, it was crazy. No matter what, everyone else would be like rappelling, normal rappelling, like what you guys did on the climbing tower. The rest of us would be doing that through the waterfall. Meanwhile, this guy would, be like strapping the rope to his, like, pinky toe and like, okay, that's an exaggeration, but he was doing like the crazy kind of rappelling. Like if you one day will see the movie Mission Impossible and you'll see the way he rappels in that, that's what this guy was doing through waterfalls in the Swiss Alps. Everyone else would be doing one thing. He would find the cliff that was 50 feet higher and jump off of that one. And so the reason I'm telling this story is not just for the little funny moments in it. It's because I had to ask this guy, do you do the same routine every day? Every day do you just come out here and, lead these treks and show us all up by doing your triple backflips so that we don't, feel like it's as crazy that we're jumping off the waterfall? You just, do you always do this? And he said, no, I do something different every single day. Every single day I come out here, I have a different style of jumping off the waterfall. I find a higher cliff. I do a scarier rappel. Because his personal philosophy was do something that scares you every day. And so I thought about that, and I thought, wow, that's kind of similar to my personal philosophy as a Boy Scout, that you should do a good turn daily. And I thought about that. A lot of times, doing a good turn daily, that good turn might be something that scares you. And really, doing something that scares you every day, that's a really cool way to go about life. Doing something challenging every day, something scary. Over the last couple days, I'm sure every one of you has been scared or challenged at some point. Maybe it was when you jumped in the water to take your swim test or climbed the climbing tower. Maybe when we had that really big storm. Maybe it was getting up in front of everybody just now and doing a skit or a song. There's a lot of things that will challenge you and scare you when you're a Boy Scout. And what I'm telling you guys the story for is basically to encourage you through the next, 8 years that you will get to be in Boy Scouts for. To encourage you that, yeah, it's going to be really scary and hard and challenging and difficult to get your Eagle Scout award one day. But what I'm doing right now is I'm really challenging you guys to do that. You're at Navajo right now, which is the bridge between Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts.